IVM. Hey guys, welcome to the Positively Unlimited podcast. This is the last episode in this current A to Z series of finding your life purpose. And the word that I have chosen is Z for Zest. Zest on purpose. We're so busy struggling through our daily lives. We're so busy firefighting all the time. Sometimes thanks to external circumstances, sometimes because we are creating problems that don't exist. Now, you may ask, why would anybody be doing that? Well, because we're living in our heads and not in our reality. I'm sure all of you have heard the phrase zest for life. Well, it's all about having a certain enthusiasm for life, enjoying every moment. And yes, I know that's easier said than done because so many of our moments are not what we'd like to be living. So many of us are doing many things in a day because we have to do it or because we are afraid to say no to somebody or because we're trying to people please. And yes, in this podcast, there are many episodes in which I have spoken about how you can understand yourself better and change certain behaviors. In this particular series of A to Z, I've spoken about how certain behaviors are blocking your path, preventing you from discovering your life purpose. Well, here's another insight for you. You need to learn to live each day with a certain zest. And you need to do this on purpose. One of the questions that I ask every client of mine to answer is, what am I looking forward to? In a day, there has to be something. And that one thing that you are looking forward to can make sure that the rest of the day is full of life, energy, and a certain enthusiasm. So many of us aren't seeking our life purpose because we want to, but because we are afraid of what will happen if we don't find it. And right there is one of our biggest mistakes. Don't chase something out of fear. Go after it out of sheer desire. For a moment, think about this. When you do discover your life purpose, how would you like to live it? As if you were struggling? As if it was a burden? As if everything else was coming in the way and frustrating you? Or would you like to enjoy it? Would you like to completely indulge in it and experience it in every possible way? Well, in order to do that, you have to understand the word zest and you have to learn to experience that state. Think about your favorite dish and think about how you enjoy that dish, every bite that you take. Now think about living every day like that. What would that feel like? Try this week. Every morning, wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, and repeat this one intention. I am choosing to be enthusiastic about everything that comes my way today. I'm going to say that again. I'm choosing to be enthusiastic about everything that comes my way today. Do this every day for the next 7 days. And at the end of the day, ask yourself, what did the day feel like? Sometimes making a change is only about making a choice. Choose to act in a certain way, choose to think a certain way, choose to feel something specific. And you might just experience it all. Well, as I bring this particular A to Z series to a close, here are a few things I'd like to remind you of. Your life purpose is not something that you need to struggle to find, but rather, if you can tap into what it would feel like when you do discover your life purpose, that feeling, it might just reveal itself to you. The second thing, and this is something I've repeated in many episodes in this particular series of A to Z, your life purpose may not necessarily be tied to your career, your profession, your job. It may also not be something that will earn you money or bring you fame. So make sure that you ask yourself, what if my life purpose is not something that is going to make me rich or famous? What then? Is that okay with me? Do I still want to live it? What if my life purpose is something that is extremely hard and it involves making certain sacrifices? Am I willing to do that? And that brings me to the third point. Your life purpose will demand a certain level of willingness from you. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this particular series. And the next one that starts from the next episode is going to be all about your working life, your professional career, and some bits about finding work-life balance. While I head off to record that episode, tune in to all the previous episodes on the IVM Podcast app and website. And if you'd like to connect with us, we're on Twitter and Instagram. Our handle is IVM Podcasts. Also, if you have questions about your life purpose, if any of my episodes, right from the first one to this one, if any of them have triggered certain questions, thoughts, and feelings within you, feel free to reach out to me. My handle is Positivity Angel, and I always respond. Thank you so much for listening in.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, Cedar Tires and thewholetruthfoods.com. Thank you for your support. We did a bunch of cock and bulls this week. We had guests like Ayushi Amin and Puneet Pania for that. Besides that, Vasanti Hariprakash was on, as well as Jay Alani, a paranormal investigator. Really, really great week on Cyrus Says. Do check it out. Tune into This Round Is On Me for an episode recorded from Gulmarg featuring one of India's professional alpine skiers, Arif Khan, who's looking forward to representing India at the Beijing Olympics. On The Habit Coach, Ashton has a chat with Kunal Rajput, the popular fitness trainer who recently completed 7 rounds of his Unlocked workout series. The reunified, simplified gang of Tony, Naren, Chuck, and Shrikant discussed NFTs on the latest episode. On The Millennial Athlete, Tanvi and Shlok looked back at all the England championships of the year so far and discussed the interesting highlights of the same. Also on Thale Harate, our Kannada podcast, Ganesh spoke to Archana Shyam of Antharanga Theatre in the latest episode. And on Kadai podcast, our Tamil show, Kavita Jiva shed light in another story about the bravery and excellence in the governance of the Pallava dynasty. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
पेश खिदमत है आपकी शान में हमारे अंजुमन से. Hi, I am Sadaf.
And I'm Arshit. खाने का इतिहास, economics, policy, psychology, सब है मेन्यू पे.
Only on the Naan Curry podcast every Wednesday, सिर्फ IVM podcast ऐप या वेबसाइट पर या फिर जहां से भी आप अपने पॉडकास्ट सुनते हो.